You are listening to Radio Long Island City, recorded at our studios near Hell Gate, 9 kilometers north of the Harbor Hill Moraine. And now, the Observatory. The Observatory, Wednesday the 18th of February, 2026. It is 59 days after the winter solstice. It is 30 days before the spring equinox. By the Western Christian calendar, today is Ash Wednesday. By the Tibetan calendar, today is Losar, the New Year, and we begin the year of the Fire Horse, year 2153. The sun rises today at 6:46 a.m. Solar noon takes place today at 12:10 p.m. The sun sets today at 5:34 p.m., civil twilight ends at 6:02 p.m., and nautical twilight ends at 6:34 p.m. The length of daytime today is 2 minutes, 32 seconds longer than yesterday. The moon is in its waxing crescent phase and is 2% full at midday. The moon rises today at 7:20 a.m., and then it sets at 7:05 p.m. The first quarter will arrive on Tuesday, the 24th of February. These are the predicted tides today for Horn's Hook. In the wee hours, low tide, 4:27 a.m., minus 12 centimeters. In the morning, high tide, 10:45 a.m., 1 meter 49. In the afternoon, low tide, 4:52 p.m., minus 21 centimeters. At night, high tide, 11:12 p.m., 1 meter 49. In our shared realm of plants and animals, to our north, the maple sugaring season is just getting underway. The sweet sap of the sugar maples begins to flow when daytime temperatures reach above 32 degrees, but the nights are still freezing. Up the Hudson, the Adirondacks are prime maple sugar territory, as is western Massachusetts just across the Taconic Mountains, and Vermont. Tappers drill holes in carefully selected trees and insert spiles, or taps, that allow the sap to drip, drip, drip into containers. Depending on the sugar content of the sap, 20 to 100 gallons of raw maple sap are needed to make just 1 gallon of maple syrup. Down here on the coastal plain, this all seems far away and rather exotic. But our neighbors straight up the Hudson estuary are part of the interconnected ecosystems of which we are all a part. Commemorations. Echoes of history. On this day in 1856, the political party known as the American Party convened in Philadelphia to nominate its first presidential candidate. Former President Millard Fillmore agreed to run on their ticket. The American Party was popularly called the Know-Nothings because they were secretive and instructed their members when asked about the party to say, "I know nothing." The Know-Nothings were a virulently anti-immigrant party. They focused their ire on the Irish in particular, and on Catholics in general. They spread the idea that the Pope and his minions were secretly attempting to subvert civil and religious liberty in the United States. Abraham Lincoln wrote about them in an 1855 letter to a friend. "I am not a know-nothing, that is certain," he wrote. He went on, "Our progress in degeneracy appears to me to be pretty rapid. As a nation, we began by declaring that all men are created equal. When the know-nothings get control, it will read, all men are created equal, except Negroes and foreigners and Catholics. When it comes to this, I should prefer emigrating to some country where they make no pretense of loving liberty, to Russia, for instance, where despotism can be taken pure and without the base alloy of hypocrisy." Today we remember Louis Comfort Tiffany, born on this day in 1848 in Manhattan. Tiffany had a unique design sensibility, combining elements of the arts and crafts movement, the aesthetic movement, and Art Nouveau. He is particularly famous for his lush use of stained glass. There is a local connection here. Tiffany established his glassworks just down the road in Corona in 1893, at what is today the corner of 43rd Avenue and 97th Place. Over time, the complex would grow, adding woodworking, metalworking, and enameling workshops. The Tiffany look would define the best American design in the first part of the 20th century. Today we wish a happy birthday to Yoko Ono, born this day in 1933. It is heartening that Yoko Ono's striking artwork has been more and more celebrated in these last 30 years. In her book Grapefruit, a book of instructions and drawings, she wrote this: Earth Piece. Listen to the sound of the earth turning. Spring, 1963. Happy birthday, Yoko Ono. On this Losar, we send New Year's greetings to all our Tibetan friends and neighbors. Tashi Delek, blessings and good luck. And we share this traditional Tibetan New Year's greeting to all. May our true nature, our deepest love and wisdom, give us the strength and inspiration to face the challenging circumstances of our world today. And to those observing Ash Wednesday today, we wish a fruitful Lenten season. Alternate side of the street parking is suspended in New York City today for both Ash Wednesday and Losar, the Tibetan New Year. And that is the Observatory, Wednesday the 18th of February, 2026.